think I put a little bit too much on my hand there. Okay, my first question is, what is my favorite bedazzled item so far? Why didn't I start with an easier question? I don't know, this is so difficult to answer. I feel like it could be the Ordinary Serum, because I love how satisfying this is. Or Twilight is pretty awesome, but that's not finished yet. Or the Frank Green, I think is definitely up there as well. So probably those three are my favorites. How did I discover ASMR, and what were some moments in my childhood that gave me tingles? I discovered ASMR on YouTube. I think the first ASMR artist that I actually watched was ASMR Darling. That was a few years ago, but she was definitely the first ASMR artist that I feel like I started to watch a lot of. And then what were some moments that gave me tingles in my childhood? I remember like when people would touch my ears or like play with my earrings, that always gave me tingles. And people doing my makeup as well. Or I remember like someone plucking my eyebrows before. So yeah, like any kind of personal attention stuff gave me tingles. Why did I start making videos? By the way, I've grouped some of your questions into like similar ones, so I'll be answering some of them in chunks. But this is also in no particular order. I'm going in with the watermelon dewdrops from Glow Recipe next. So I'd been watching ASMR for years, and yeah, I've always wanted to try it myself because it just looked so fun. But I used to live on a really busy street, so it just would not have been possible where I used to live. But I moved somewhere a lot quieter, so like where I am now, it's much easier to record ASMR content. And I used to actually create content for an Instagram I used to run with my best mate, and that was really fun. Like I really loved creating content as like an outlet for my creativity. We mainly just posted pictures, so I also did Insta stories of like our fashion things and like different things that inspired us, still within the glittery realm. Like I've been into glittery and colourful things for a really long time, but didn't really do too much makeup on there. But I stopped, and we stopped doing that Instagram a few years ago at the end of 2020. We'd been doing it for about 4 years at that point, which was amazing. But yeah, I didn't really know what to do with it, or like where we wanted to go with it. And I was kind of like burnt out from it as well. And I just needed a break from like creating content. So with the content I used to create, there wasn't as much of a boundary between like my life and then the content I created. Like I would be out at a cafe or like whatever I'm doing and feel like a pressure that I needed to capture this moment or create content about it. The same does not exist for ASMR. This is natural boundary that exists because it is a very distinct area I'm creating content for. So yeah, like I had like a really good break from creating content, but I was missing that creative outlet in my life. And yeah, I wanted to try ASMR for a while, so it just felt kind of perfect to try it out. I'm going in with this moisturizer next, by the way. This one is from Centella and is the Calming Gel Cream. This one is like really gel-like. That is like a perfect droplet. That is so satisfying. Did anyone convince me to start doing ASMR? If anyone convinced me, it would have been Tabani. I can't remember whether he actually did or not. I definitely would have shared with him I was thinking about doing it, and he definitely would have heavily supported me / be like 100% you definitely need to do that. But I can't remember whether he convinced me or just heavily supported me into doing it. I'm going in with this lip mask next because my lips are a little bit dry. This one is the one from Sigma I've been using, and I've really been liking this. I used the Rare Beauty tinted lip oil before and it's left a stain on my lip. I'm also going to use this eye cream. This one is from Mecca. I got this one for free in my last like Mecca Beauty Loop box. What trigger made me want to try ASMR, and it was definitely makeup triggers. So I'd been getting really into makeup in the lead up to me starting to create ASMR content, and I had so much makeup. I obviously still have a lot of makeup. And I was like, I kind of have everything I need aside from like a microphone. So yeah, just thought I would give it a go and started doing content based around makeup. Okay, I'm going with Sunblock next. And this one is my current favorite from Beauty of Trusan. I highly recommend this one. It's just so good. Okay, the next question is, how did I get so good at makeup? I think there's two things. One is definitely just like reason that like it gets me out of bed and excited for the day. Like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna experiment, play around with? And I love just sitting here with a tea and a TV show on and just taking my time to do my makeup. I think that attitude shift and changing the approach of how I do makeup and like why I'm doing makeup, yeah, it just has meant that I've gotten a lot better at doing makeup, you know, because I'm doing it for me, not because I feel like I have to. And I love experimenting every morning and like finding new ways of doing my makeup and new looks I like and things like that. I'm going in with this super glowy super gel for my primer. The next question is a really hard one, and it's who is my favorite ASMR artist? This is so difficult to answer because there is so many that I love to watch, and also like a lot of smaller, like newer ASMR artists are often my favorites to watch and will send me to sleep. I think my favorite though, and probably who inspired me to start creating, is definitely Josie. So Josie B ASMR, though I feel like everyone knows who they are because they are amazing. I've always appreciated their content, and yeah, I've loved, like my favorite videos of them are actually some of their older ones where they're just playing around with makeup. I've always loved how they've mainly recorded in natural light as well. I feel like that's kind of hard to come by, the ASMR content and ASMR makeup content. Obviously that's my preference for recording as well, I just prefer it. I also have a whole new appreciation for them after like creating content myself, like particularly their role plays. I don't know how they do it, they are incredible. I've done a grand total of one like themed role play where I dress up as a witch, and that was the most difficult thing I've ever done. Like, it's so hard for me to like think of lines and like be creative in that way. I did like a mermaid one recently. It's like that is so amazing. Like I don't know how they do it. So I think Josie's probably my favorite. I'm always really excited to see what they're doing and what's coming out next for them. But honestly, I have so many favorites. It really depends on my mood, like who I'm watching and who I'm falling asleep to. And I'm always on the lookout for new ASMR artists, so let me know if you have any good works. Particularly people who do good makeup ASMR. I'm going in with the skin tint next, and I'm actually using a combination of these two shades. So this one is very light, and this one is light. In between these shades right now, so I just use a combination of both of them. And I just put them on my hand to mix them together. Oh, this packaging is so mousy. Am I a reader? If so, what do I like to read? So my last video was all around what like books that I like to read, but I'm mainly reading fanfic at the moment, specifically Harry Potter fanfiction. But I love reading fantasy, and young adult fantasy is probably my favorite genre. Just mix those two together. The next question about reading is what book or asked what my favorite ASMR triggers are. So I think anything makeup related, but definitely eyeshadow palettes in particular. Just something about like ASMR swatching or like looking at an eyeshadow palette or unboxing an eyeshadow palette or like helping you choose an eyeshadow is magical to me. I think because I love looking at eyeshadow palettes as well, like I just find them really satisfying to look at. And then add in the ASMR element as well, and it just makes me very happy. The next question that Sarah asked was pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? I'm kind of indifferent to pineapple on pizza. Like I'll eat it if it's there, but I won't order a pineapple pizza myself, you know? I don't really feel too strongly about it either way. We're doing like a bronzy makeup look, by the way, even though it is winter in Australia. I just felt like doing a bronzy look. And slash, I did this, I think it was yesterday, and I really like this makeup look, so thought I'd repeat it now. Gonna go in with this Rare Beauty under eye brightener next. Dot, 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 dot. Do I plan on expanding my ASMR channel and doing things like vlogs? The answer is no. Like, that could change in the future, but right now I'm happy just doing the content that I'm doing. And going back to what I was saying before about like the boundaries between my personal life and creating content, like vlogs pretty much obliterate that, and yeah, I don't think it's good for my mental health and well-being to do that, so I don't plan on doing that now. But never say never, like it could change in the future, but I might do like the occasional vlog, but yeah, it would be very rare, and I have no plans to do it right now. Another question is, any ASMR styles I'd like to try? I don't think there's really a specific style. It's more I want to do like get ready with me, so more like costumes and dress up. Like I'd love to do like a fairy get ready with me and like take people through the journey of like becoming a fairy. I don't think I could ever do like full-on role plays with costumes because I think I'm more interested in the aspect of the makeup and the look. It's like a lot of effort on top of the effort of like recording and editing, and I'm kind of lazy, so it'll happen eventually, I'm sure, but I'm not in a rush to do it. Like I'll do it when I'm in the mood to do it, you know. What my favorite movie is currently, and the answer is like what my favorite movie has been for a very long time, and it is Sabrina, the like old black and white Audrey Hepburn movie. It's just my happy place. I love it so much. I'm gonna do some fake freckles next, just with my freck pen. This one has kind of gone weird and gluggy, so I need to look for a new freck pen. Let me know if you have any freckles. Where do I like to travel? And honestly, I love just traveling around Australia. It is such a beautiful country, and there is so much to see here. It is a very big country. So I think that's my favorite at the moment. To be honest, I love traveling everywhere. Just everywhere I get to go is like a privilege and an experience, so I haven't had any bad travel experiences yet. Ooh, arms a bit big. I'll do a few layers of freckles, so that's fine for the first layer. I'm gonna go in with this Say blush, and this one loves like more of like that one-on-one interaction as well. I want to shift more into helping people in that way. Like I've been thinking about doing makeup artistry or something like that, but we'll see what comes out of it. I don't really know yet. I'm just blurring this with my fingertip. The reason why I like using pencil eyeliners is they don't need to be really neat, whereas I feel like when you use a liquid, the margin for error is a lot higher. It's a lot more difficult to do. I'm gonna go with some more freckles. Favorite music artists I listen to on a regular basis. So two come to mind, and they're a little bit chaotic and random. The first is actually Hans Zimmer. Every music score he's ever done for a movie is just like unreal. I'm just obsessed with his music and will listen to it constantly. Also really love listening to Labyrinth, who did the music for Euphoria. I also think he is just amazing. I think they're probably my two most listened to. I have been getting back into listening to Taylor Swift recently as well. But yeah, I listen to all sorts of music. I have a lot of trending TikTok sounds that I end up listening to as well. I'm going to use this eyeshadow palette next from Kaleidos. This was actually one of the ones they sent in PR, and I love it so much. I will never get sick of this packaging. I love Kaleidos packaging so much. I'm going to go in with a combination of these two. Just realized I forgot to prime my eyes. Rookie error. Let's just pretend that I did. Looking back, is there anything I would have done differently? The answer is actually no. There's nothing I would have done differently. I think because I've been like learning along the way, and I've made changes to how I've been creating content or doing ASMR, or yeah, like boundaries I put in place and things like that. Yeah, I don't think that would have been anything I would have done differently. Maybe one thing, I feel like there's sometimes like an urgency in creating content, like you gotta get it out, like you're in like a competitive environment or something like that, and I think just easing up and like taking more breaks when I need it and not feeling like pressured to create content if I'm really not in the mood to create content. Whenever I've done that, the content I have created like isn't my best. So I was like, what was the point anyway? I'm gonna go in with this shade, which is this really pretty duochrome. I'm not sure you can really tell, but it's just like gold and green. So it's still neutral, but like with a twist. The next question isn't really a question, it's just a comment that says, show us your dogger. So here's a picture of Finn. I will leave that picture of Finn up just while I put some eyeshadow underneath my eyes. The next cue is, am I always thinking about something, if something could be used in a video, or is it easy to turn that part of your brain off when you're shopping and doing other activities? And someone also commented saying, am I mindlessly tapping on things throughout the day? So I think about things more in the sense of different themes or looks I want to create, or like hair clips I like that I want to incorporate And this is also like, if you like these triggers, like, love that for you. I think this is just personally what I don't like to watch. I don't really like spit painting, and I also don't like role plays where someone's like mean to you. Like, I'm fragile. I need like affection and love and attention, not someone being mean to me. But again, if you love those triggers, like, I love that for you. They're just personally not ones that I find relaxing to watch. I'm gonna go in with this About Face Fluid Matte Eye Paint in the shade Vertigo Flowers. So these ones and the Half Magic Beauty eye paints are my favourite, just to add a little bit of colour and a little bit of something else to eye looks. I just love doing these little lines there. It's just my favourite way to add colour and like something a little bit different to the eye looks that I do that are otherwise like pretty simple. This powder blush is from M Cosmetics and it is in the shade Venetian Rose. What is my favourite skincare? Oh, that's a really hard one to answer. I think there's two things. There's the Vanilla and Co Clean It Cleanser. I think it's what it's called. Clean It Zero Cleanser. I love the feeling at the end of the day when you take off your makeup and clean your face, so that has to be a favourite. I think the second thing is Universal Peel Pads, because my skin always looks and feels amazing after I properly exfoliate my skin. I'm gonna go back in with just a few more freckles, because they have rubbed off a little bit. But I like how it looks like that they're peeking through, is why I lay them underneath rather than do them at the end. So I normally just go back in with a few more at this point. So this is my new favourite method for setting makeup, and it's a little bit extra, but I've been loving it. So I start off with a glowy setting spray, and I'm going to use this one from Rare Beauty. This one is a new one, by the way, if you're wondering why it isn't bedazzled. I haven't refilled my bedazzle one yet. And then I go in with setting powder while my face is still damp. And I'm actually using two setting powders. The first one is from Huda Beauty in the shade Pound Cake. And I get this fluffy setting powder brush from Sigma and just get a little bit on the brush there. And press it into my T-zone here. I find this one works better in my T-zone because I get a little bit oilier here. And the other one that I use I find isn't as good for the oily spots. And then I go in with my trusty Kosas Cloud Set. And this one is in the shade Feathery. I just lightly get some on the same brush and lightly put it on. This one is definitely a more natural and glowing setting powder, but yeah, I don't think works as well for my oily spots. So I like to combine it with the Huda Beauty one. I'm going in with another setting spray, and this one is less about glow and more about locking everything down, and I'm using this one from Charlotte Tilbury. Just give that a little shake. I love the way that one smells. It smells so good. The Rare Beauty one does as well. I think I've just been using it for longer, and the Charlotte Tilbury is still kind of new to me, so it's a bit more of a novelty. I realised I forgot to do inner corner highlight, so I'm just going to go in with a little bit of this Charlotte Tilbury one first. I'm going in with this glitter liner for the inner corner highlight next. These two are my favourites for doing inner corner highlight. This one is the Tear eyeliner. I think it's from Etude House, and it's like in the shade Bronze Crystal, I think. This one is from BB at. I don't actually know how to say that brand, and I can't Sophie is my dog if you didn't know. And his breed is Stumpy Tail Cattle Dog. His mum actually didn't have a tail and his dad did. And I think all the dogs born in his litter had tails. But yeah, he's a Stumpy Tail Cattle Dog. We have one more question. Well, actually, it's a two-parter, and I'm just gonna put on my rings. So the first question is there any pharmacy brands that I would recommend? And honestly, I think there is loads of good pharmacy brands, or drugstore brands, whatever you call them. I really like Flower Beauty, but their shade range isn't amazing, but there's lots of great products, like their lipsticks are amazing. They have a really great highlighter. I really like Romand, which is like a Korean brand. I'm not sure if you'd really call it a pharmacy brand, but it's a cheaper one. This time from L'Oreal I've really been enjoying, and the e.l.f. concealer as well. And I think there's quite a few good products from e.l.f. And Milani as well, I think is a really good one. Colourpop is probably the other one. I love their eyeshadow palettes, and yeah, they're generally like really affordable. But yeah, honestly, I think there's loads of different brands you can purchase from. So the next part of the question is, or even best products when you don't want to wear a lot of makeup and consider them most user-friendly. So I actually think I ended up using a lot of makeup today that I would put in that category. I think I need to do like a whole separate video on it though if people are interested. So like user-friendly / natural makeup. Let me know if that's something you want to see. Okay, we're done. That is the end of the questions,